Butte, Montana. 5 days before Christmas, holiday shoppers are suddenly witness to a horrifying spectacle. A suicidal man has parked his car in the middle of an intersection, shutting down traffic. In the vehicle is an assortment of deadly explosives. One of the first officers on the scene is Sheriff Bob Butorovich.
When I approached the car, what I saw was some black gunpowder and gasoline tied together with duct tape.
Then Butorovich sees something that catches him completely off guard. The suspect is Terry Rossland, an old acquaintance.
I was a counselor and watched him grow up through the years.
Another officer, Bob Lee, has a similar history with Rossland.
I'd known Terry for probably 8 or 9 years.
Off duty at the time, Lee learned of the situation when Rossland robbed a pharmacy for Valium and codeine.
I was shopping with my wife, and we'd noticed that several police units were in pursuit of a vehicle that was driving very slow. I recognized the driver of that vehicle as being Terry Rossland. We actually stopped him with my personal vehicle.
With the suspect boxed in but heavily drugged, officers worked fast to secure the intersection. An unmarked police car pulls up, shielding local businesses from the potential blast. While Butorovich distracts Rossland, Lieutenant Lee deflates a tire.
I felt very uneasy. I thought that if he looks through that passenger side mirror and sees me, it could be over.
The officers try to get to the core of the man's problem. They find Rossland extremely despondent over a pending divorce. He also recently lost his job. To make matters worse, the painkillers have left him very unstable. Still, officers are confident their history with Rossland will lead to a peaceful conclusion.
But as we talked to him, I thought that we were going to resolve the problem. I really did. I thought, oh, we can get through this. But as time went on, and I don't know if it was because of the drugs he was taking, but he got less coherent. He wasn't listening to what we were trying to explain to him.
Inside the car, Rossland's hand shakes perilously close to the bomb's toggle switch.
He only had the window down about 2 inches. And he's saying something, but we couldn't understand what he was saying, so we had to bend down to listen.
Only a miracle saves him from what happens next.
I walked back to the car, put my face down, and he detonated.
A concussion rips through the town as the car explodes into flames. The sheriff, alive but in severe shock, tries to regain his bearings. An officer cradles the injured Lieutenant Lee while police run to help other victims. Miraculously, Rossland survives the blast and is able to escape his burning car. The flames grow more intense as each second ticks by. Before firefighters can put out the blaze, a second explosion, more powerful than the first, rocks the area. It's caused by 5 pipe bombs underneath the driver's seat. Later, ATF agents tell the officers what would have happened if both explosions had gone off at once.
That anybody in a 30-foot radius probably would have been killed.
Remarkably, not one life is lost in the day's events. With major wounds over 70% of his body, the suspect is flown to a special burn unit several states away. After months of intensive care, he's extradited back to Butte to stand trial. While being escorted through the airport by Butorovich, Rossland finally speaks of his situation.
I'm in a whole bunch of trouble. I had no intentions of causing anybody else any harm.
Today, the officers involved reflect on the situation with mixed emotions.
He was a sick person. We're there to help people during a time of crisis, and that's what we do. That's what police officers do. I have no ill feelings whatsoever against Terry.
When these officers saw a person in need, they did everything they could to save his life, even at the risk of losing theirs.